Alrighty, let's get going here for Detonation Focus Me versus Beyond Gaming. Records may not show it too much, but this could actually be pretty tight here. BYG, the number 2 team coming out of the PCS here underneath PSG Talon, who had to actually go through the gauntlet, the loser's bracket, to come back and win the whole thing here. So BYG should be contending quite highly in this tournament if they're able to make their way through. DFM on the other side, looking pretty solid to actually make their way out of the play-ins part of the stage and get it to the main event, which would be great, which would be a landmark moment for the LJL. Now, let's get in here to this draft here. Detonation Focus Me banning out the Lucian, Felios, and Rise. On the other side, BYG banning out the Zoe, Talent, and LeBlanc. So Talent showing him face again. I have enjoyed seeing Talent on other players like Mojito and just being able to get behind and use that mobility to find their way into these team fights and really get some of their high damage out. Detonation Focus Me taking this MF, which has been just 100% pick ban rate. This MF is just so powerful. It's one of the few ADCs that are able to really exert power from level 6 and on because of that bullet time. A lot of other ADCs are either like, if you're watching C9 games, they pick the Ezreal, trying to just leave the ADC on an island. And it's actually where we have not seen the Ziggs much. We saw some bans for the Ziggs so far in play-ins, but Ziggs is kind of just fallen entirely out of favor here. So BYG, they're picking up the Xin Zhao, which is a good strong jungler, and the Ezreal. So they may actually be trying to leave Doggo out on an island while Liang, Hasha, Moano, and Kino go around trying to stir up some trouble here. The Lee Sin, not banned out, would be a good pick for them. And Steel's going to grab the Lilia, which I would need to actually check some stats on that, but I believe Lilia's been I feel like Lily's been a pretty rising pick so far. And that does open up the opportunity for Arya to actually take an AD mid. It would be preferable for Arya to take an AD mid. Zed's still available, though not showing as much favor as we might have expected, and usually prioritized in the jungle. Alright, so let's see what we can figure anything out here. Alright, so in Moano, seeing what's going to be across here, the bullet time and the solar flare from that Leona are going to be two very good ults here for Moano to steal or to hijack on this Silas. So looking like some pretty good picks so far here. The sleep's not going to be as good. The Irelia banned out on the side of BYG, which get a Vamp Scepter or just a Blade of the Rim King on that Irelia, and she will take over a game. So gonna probably try to just ban that out in case it goes top lane against Lang. And the Gwen being banned out by Detonation Focus Me, so being a little concerned here. Just a lot of top lane bans are probably going to come through here. Still have yet to secure a top lane and a mid lane or any solo lanes for Detonation Focus Me, and have yet to secure a support or the other solo laner for BYG. But are Detonation Focus Me going to punish that support availability? Because the Mummy has still not been picked here, so Amumu is still untouched, unbanned here. And Leona's already been picked up. We've seen a Lulu, but not too much. Oh, and there's the Rakan here. So going to ban out that engage option from them. So engage support's kind of limited here for BYG if they really want to go in with these two melee jungler mid laners. We have not seen Alistar yet, but I feel like Alistar is a very undervalued character so far. But here's the Amumu, as we mentioned. So that should be secured in and really provide some good engage and lockup with the bandage sauce adjustment that's come out. Now let's see here. Alright, so I'm reading this aloud, although this should be well known to me. I'm reading this aloud while we're here on the recording. Oh, and Urgot might be coming through. I like this. I do like how teams are still identifying the need for some beefy, bruisery sort of characters like the Urgot, like the Leona. And this actually provides a very good sort of front line for Detonation Focus Me to have a rather standard team fight. Urgot in a brawling, skirmishing sense kind of doable. The pick ability, if you can get a target at that low threshold and put them through the grinder, is there. But having that ability. Oh, and Arya secures in the Akali. I feel like we have not seen a lot of Akali so far in this game, so in this play-in. So I really do appreciate that here. So plans, single round robin format, best of one. All right, so top 4 teams go through for third and fourth place teams. The same group of round 1 each face each other. Second place, all matches played in best of 5, and this is the round 2 that'll be happening tomorrow and Saturday. But 2 winners will advance to the group stage, and those that took top of their group get automatic advancement. Okay, so I've caught up to the format. Trying to do so much here, recording every single game here. And to finish it out here, Lang taking the Aatrox topside. Alrighty, so topside kind of melee, slightly ranged. So I really like what the Edition Focus me have sort of put together. There's a nice, good front line with the Leona and the Urgot. Steel's able to sort of float around, poke around, maybe get a sleep onto someone. Utapon, if someone gets locked up, they're going to get blown up. And Arya, able to flank, able to really take up a lot of damage and just probably jump in and just assassinate someone outright. On the other side, with the Aatrox, does give that Bruiser front line and the Brawl ability with the sustain coming out from that Aatrox. So these teams have both kind of built for some team fighting. But it feels like there has not been a lot of 5v5 face-offs in sort of mid lanes or by the jungle or by the barons. A lot of it's been sort of catch-outs, overcommitments. So we will see if Beyond Gaming can sort of play spoiler here for Detonation Focus Me. Detonation Focus Me having lost so far only to Cloud9 in sort of a maybe a rising sort of a grudge match there between Detonation Focus Me and C9 after they spoiled C9's chances to get out of groups back at MSI. But DFM making their way through here. Beyond Gaming trying to actually join their brothers from the PCS in the main stage. And they're looking like we're about to have cheeky plays from both sides here, but on opposite parts of the map. So not a lot of vision, not a lot of knowledge. And alrighty, no one's really going to catch this. They're going to go through the bushes, but no one's going to get caught. And they're going to back off here. But Detonation Focus Me, I think they're starting their backs now. So these little ganks are going to go away. Yeah, they both tried, but will not work out there, bud. Nope, boop, 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 boop. Okay. Oh wow, that'll be interesting. Alrighty.
Also worth noting, Arya going for Conqueror as the keystone, not definitely footwork despite the buff. It wasn't super substantial. I was just looking up quick. It was just some healing for champion hits on it, and to reduce some of the healing off minions, which for a champion that wants to sustain in lane sometimes not the case. And like we said, this is a more aggressive matchup for the Akali. You can actually win this one. You're not just trying to survive early on. So I definitely like the more combat-oriented rune choice. For sure, and you can see Moen going with the same choice.
Well, especially with Moen going in as a melee character, the Conqueror pick onto Arya does, as opposed to the Fate Forward, is pretty acceptable because there's gonna be mutual trading going back and forth with this sustain coming out of the Kingslayer being the only maybe game breaker for the trades. Level 2 gonna be caught at the same time here by both mid laners, and there's gonna be the go in, gonna connect the E and get both sides here. So very good counterplay there by Arya. Oh, and Eevee's going to get multiple procs here, and Liang is going to be getting hurt here, shot down. He's going to get put under 200 health. So Evie getting some work done here topside, really putting Liang behind.
Tough spot to be in now.
Yeah, that was a great little juke on the Q as well, just not letting Liang trade back any damage at all. So bottom lane is the next place we'll visit, and we definitely have seen
Oh, Gang looking for a jump in there, not really going to make the connection here. There's not much that can be done here. These first 5 levels on the side of Detonation Focus, I really feel like they have so much agency compared to what can be provided by Kino. 2 stuns, yes, out from each support, but just what kind of zoning and how much tankier this Leona is compared to the Amumu is just unparalleled. And now stepping forward here, gonna get the catch on the bandage. Katachi got to catch on the Kino, but that concussive blows is gonna really just hold him up. And the teleport coming in from Eevee, they want to nail it down here, and that's gonna be a first blood for Yutapon, a dead Xin and more teleports coming in here. Moen wants in here, but he's gonna get stunned up and blown up as he arrives here. Eevee running away here, no one dying on the side of Detonation Focus Me, and the chase down. Kino having to flash away. And Detonation Focus Me, they are here to fight for it. BYG thinking they're going to get the catch or get the counter play from that gank. And they cannot secure the kill onto Eevee. And that was fantastic bit of exchange and a lot of good explosive play out of there. All the teleports blown. So many summoner spells lost. The good thing to note, if BYG are properly tracking this, is that there is a flash lost on both Gang and Yutapon. So if they can actually get the pathing done right here, or get the lane state where they want it, they can actually return here. All right, so here he goes. He's going to get the catcher, going to flash away, and immediately starts for the turn here. Gang happy to absorb all this damage here. Double up going to come through. Flashes in here to get the stun onto Husha, and he tries to go back in onto Yutapon. No, he's going to die out. Try to get some of this damage to help finish it off, but these teleports come in. Moan trying to catch something, but Gang ready to lock him down. Saves a life, while Arya just zones out the rest of the Beyond Gaming bot lane to not allow them any chances to save Moan from his ill-advised teleport. Now, noting here really quick here, the 2 kills, both of those kills, the kills that went on to Moan and to Husha, those 2 kills were gifted over to Yutapon. So this misfortune is now quite ahead of the curve here. This is going to propel and really enable her to get to her mythic faster and really put out a lot more damage than would standard, or at least be expected by her standard level 6 here. So the pacing and how Beyond Gaming may be wanting to play the map or play these team fights is going to be drastically adjusted. Steel getting invaded on here by Husha. When becomes lane is going to connect here, and now can he actually get the rest of the connection off? Trying to steal this Gromp here. Moan first to roam, actually. Liang's be able to make its way down here. I believe that Husha was not able to secure that, but I think DFM just want the rest of his fighter area just going in on Moan. I think he's going to be able to actually win this. He's going to be dodged out by the Abscon, but that's going to be 2 collapse there. Steel bringing it way around here, and Eevee going to be able to get a kill onto his lane counterpart here. Kill going over to each player on the side of Detonation Focus Me, and that just gets kited out. Husha overextends, trying to get the steal into the Gromp and brawl it out, but it just does not turn out that way. Long journey to safety from the enemy Gromp to a turret. Alrighty, well, like you said, very tragic gameplay there for Husha and company. Unfortunately, the prancing deer, once that deer gets her procs up, she's kind of impossible to catch here, and it's not like you're gonna kill a big old thick boy with shotguns for knees very quickly. So, all right, 6.5 minutes here. It looks like we're gonna stick to the 10-minute timer that we've been seeing. No dragons taken yet at this time. I believe Scuttle Crabs were actually pretty fairly traded out here. Husha dying twice has really allowed for Steel to get a leg up in the jungle farm matchup. And so far, not many other great CS disparities, just really in the jungle. Alrighty, Caulfield's Warhammer and the Serrated Dirk picked up for Yutapon, so it's going to be starting to hit pretty well. But Ezreal, Doggo, been able to get the Sheen, so making his way towards Divine Sunderer would not be a bad pick here with that Urgot on the side of Detonation Focus Me. Getting that percentage health damage out would be a good way to actually get through Gang and Eevee. Just to actually tank shred, because there's not a lot of tank shredding, bruiser and high HP pool shredding on the side of BYG. Kino on this Amumu is just a ult bot, a CC go in and hopefully not die bot. Moan is going to be short range and really trying to get onto the squishier ones. Kino going to get caught out here, and this is not going to be a good idea for him. He's going to get blown up. And again, we see the superior value of the Leona compared to the Amumu. The Amumu just gets caught out, and the only option to try to survive it is to just ban its Tashin just to have the concussive, what is that? I see concussive blows, but that's not it.
He is one of these kind of quote-unquote feeder support champs where you're supposed to be the front line.
Yeah, the aftershock. The aftershock's the only thing that's going to get the move, maybe tanky enough, but with the Eclipse in play as well, Gang just cannot be punished. So Leona still showing herself as the superior support pick in this meta. Steel is already, he had his proc up. He was prancing on in there, but ran out just in time. Liang having to pop the ult to get out and the flash. So a very worthwhile gank there from Steel. But this is going to give BYG the counterplay top bot side to get onto this dragon and at least get themselves something for it. Steel going to get started on the Rift Herald. Can't say that teams that are getting a constellation prize of a dragon end up being able to really pull the game back or extend the game long enough to where any of their later game carries could save them from their early game deficits. But gotta do what you can. Gotta do what you can to try to sustain it. Husha ends line of sight here. Gonna try to get the catch on Arya. Smoke screen's gonna go down. Wimbledon Lightning is actually gonna hit him through the smoke, but they're not gonna be able to commit or hit any buttons on him. So not too much loss there on that gank. Gonna just show up, get some pressure. Steel gonna pick up the eyeball and head up topside here. Getting this Urgot ahead would not be a bad idea here. Clear out this vision. Good little tag there from Doggo with the True Shot Barrage. Alright, and Steel's just gonna move elsewhere. Gonna go grab the crab. So, yep. Oh, Sulfur is going to actually make the connection here. Doggo not ready for it. And the bullet time's going to come through, and he's going to almost die. Down to 200 health here, gang. Going to be able to get out of this. Teleport's going to come through from Moan, but I don't think there's much else to be done here. That is not... Yeah, that is not actually worth it here. Ezreal got out alive. I don't think Moan needed to teleport there. And now Arya's going to get a free push in here. I don't think Moan's going to lose much for this, but Husha is... Nope, they're going to be able to catch it. So, alright. So, Man doesn't lose too much for it. He had the wave pushed in his favor when he made that play. So, just going to lose the TP. So, playmaking option gone. But CS, not hurting too much. He's down by 13 CS at this time. That's not the biggest of gaps. Anything under 20 is pretty acceptable. Liang going to ult again here, but the sleep's going to be available. And they're going to be able to start going in here. Going to flip him over. And there's going to be the slam down. And the grind is going to bring him out. Eaten by Eevee. And that's going to be a great second kill there for the Urgot. Able to actually really allow... The earlier kills that this Urgot has acquired have allowed him to really stake out an advantage. Both on the item area, but also to really negate the sustaining elements of Aatrox. He has the... Grievous Wounds with... Let's go here. Grievous Wounds, Steel Caps, got himself a Giant's Belt now. So Eevee just getting bigger and bigger and really just not going to be really afraid of this matchup here against Liang on this Aatrox. Here.
In the lane is when it's really actually more difficult almost to make a lot of plays.
Yeah, Executioner's Calling. That's the name of that item right there. I've been staring at that item for like a day now, and I was like, I should know what this is. I should know what all this is.
It's just a 3v3 and you lose. And there's more kind of these set plays. Beyond Gaming right now, I think are
If you're just stepping forward here, kind of just yeah, it's kind of big manning Liang right there. Just walking at him, taking the hits, and it's not really going to do anything to him. He's got too much health, and the Steel Caps are just going to put out too much value on him. Gang, he's going to be able to catch on to Kino. He's going to be able to get the stun off here. Utapon. Oh, Sulfur's going to go missing here, but Kino trying to actually edge this out here. He's going to go in onto Gang here. Oh boy, and here comes the bullet time. So only going to be able to get cut Moan in half. So the play is probably going to die there. Husha, yep, looking for the stabbing poke. I don't think he wanted to go in on that one. Kino may have another bandage toss available. Curse Sad Mummy available as well. So there is a part of BY Gaming that could win that fight.
I think he had probably his second charge of bandage toss. I feel like you could have locked Gang up enough to get that kill, and that would relieve a lot of the pressure because there was a Rift Herald in the mid lane. You know, maybe you can actually get your own red buff if the enemy team has dead members on their.
All right, Steel trying to secure it. Is going to be able to steal the red buff, and he's going to get out of here. And not much for Lang and Husher to do. Steal. Oh, Steal and Eevee. I think they want this. Gonna get the sleep off here. When becomes lightning goes backwards, but he's actually gonna hit the missile onto him. Oh, is he gonna bleed low enough? I don't think he's gonna be able to get there. And Husher's gonna walk away here. But this combo out of Eevee and Husher surprisingly potent. If Steal can get his procs up and get in and really get some damage down, get the sleep off, get the slam dunk, and then the execute from Eevee just securing the rest of that kill. It's a very potent combo.
Such a long-range potential kill that you could get just from Steel confidently invading, and it makes sense why, right? There's complete control of the top side, or really every lane at this point for Detonation. Focus me, you don't have to be shy about.
Oh, Eevee getting a little caught out here. Good damage coming out. Liang's actually going to put out the ultimate. He's actually been able to make his way back in, but it's not going to go for the chase. Not sure where Steel is. So good stuff. Flash out of Eevee is a good thing. The Cloud Drake is up here, so if we're going to move towards an actual team fight for this second Drake here, it is good to get that. But I say that, but and that's the sort of standard expectation that both teams are going to come fight over this dragon. But that feels like it feels like a notion of times bygone. Well, we saw a lot in most regions, even LPL or LCK, maybe less so in LPL because they're much more proactive about their fighting. But definitely in NA and EU, we were seeing a lot of standing there, watching the other take the dragon, and then walk away. Not trying to get advantages elsewhere, not deciding as a team to let that dragon go, or even up to the level of just soul, but especially these first dragons, they're not going to provide too much stat value. And there should be a part of the teams making a decision to go get advantages elsewhere while several members from the opposing team have been committed to secure the objective. So Beyond Gaming don't really fudge around too much. They've got the ward nearby. They knew it was happening. They let that go, let that trade go through. We're going to have an Infernal Soul for this match, so explosions in your near future, which will be great. But Beyond Gaming sit elsewhere. And the only bad thing we're really seeing right now for Beyond Gaming is just a 40 CS deficit on the side of Moan, which could probably be expected. Arya, really touted as a very exciting prospect to come in here, and very good ward there. I believe that is AV's ward there. So Evie knows he just gets to sit here and he's going to waste Hush and Kino's time. The scanner's going to catch it, and now they got to go elsewhere. And that's going to be four. It's going to be 4 players topside there from Beyond Gaming, but one ward saves Evie's life and makes sure that play doesn't actually get them anywhere. So very, very good stuff there. Meanwhile, he seems to be taking the Herald, so Beyond Gaming maybe looking to try to get that kill onto Evie and then rotate in to take the Herald, but they're not going to get anything. No kill, no Rift Herald for them. And this gold lead here, which is really ballooning, 6k gold lead here for Detonation Focus Me right now. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Contesting the objective, but picking off someone before it. And it was a good idea. Didn't end up working out, but at least it shows that Beyond Gaming is thinking proactively.
Yeah. I like what Mark's pointing out here. He is repeating what I have said, but that's just perfectly fine. That's good. Part of this exercise of recording all this is to play comparison sort of as I go through. So we'll be trying to fill the recordings, fill these games with as much as I can, but I do need some comparative notes sometimes. Now, 17 minutes in this game, 6-0 in favor of Detonation Focus Me. Kind of on their way to a perfect game here. It's a little too early to tell. That would have been a great Sorrel Swede. Those are those long-range perfections that I live for. Maybe giving the dragon over might be the denial of the perfect game for Detonation Focus Me, but otherwise, no turrets have been taken by Beyond Gaming just yet. And it's not clear that any of the Tier 1 turrets have actually been highly pressured or highly damaged by Beyond Gaming just yet. The Ezreal lane was super passive. Moan not doing very well, kind of able to get prio, but not really able to get much out of it. Still with a 50 CS differential against his counterpart. And top lane has been clearly favored on Eevee's side. Liang able to catch up in the farm, but that two kill lead, not to mention the sort of global gold coming out from the 2 turrets, really kind of setting this Urgot up to not be worried about this Aatrox for probably the rest of the game. Yeah. Yep, see, this turret's barely been touched. So there's still a lot of turret, there's a lot of standing gold on the side on the map for BYG to try to capture. It's just, can they actually get themselves late enough in the game there? It was highlighted earlier on. BYG actually had the later game team fight here. The Akali on Arya is probably the scariest late game character on the side of Detonation Focus Me. The ability to just go in and just blow someone up there with her combo. But Urgot's damage later on is not really there. He ends up just being kind of a frontline bruisery guy. Can put out a little bit of damage, and help secure kills if they can get low enough. And maybe Udapon's going to be able to get some work done with the lethality build to kill off some of the squishies. But the amount of damage that this Ezreal can sort of put out, and the Everfrost and the Solar Frost is going to come out. 2 flashes out, but the Sleepy's got to be able to come through here, and Steel's going to come through. The Bullet Time's going to open up and just shred both of them, and that's going to be a mid laner and jungler dead. Detonation Focus Me. Find the opportunity and react.
You hit on the long-range snipe potential with the sleep into the Urgot ultimate, but then there as well, the ultimate by Udapon doesn't break sleep because it counts as a dot, and so you're able to layer that on top of sleeping targets, chunk them down low.
So it being a dot on, okay. I need to understand what a dot actually means in the coding of this game here.
A couple really cool synergies and just so much follow-up potential. Like everyone except Arya, you would argue, has the ability to contribute to whoever's asleep. Even the gang ultimate on
Yep. Yeah, that's actually very great there. Free poke from the Swirl Seed out of Steel. Able to kind of allow anyone else to kind of jump in and just ruin Beyond Gaming's day. And now we're sitting at a 9,000 gold lead, 20 minutes in. This is hurting a bit. We're seeing a difference. We're seeing a big diff, if you will. And now we're gonna have to see what can be done. Can Detonation Focus be actually close this one out? Baron is up. It should be pretty set and go. This graph is, if anything, quite the indication of their dominance in this game and how favored they are to actually take this. Kino? I don't want... Oh, baby. Oh, baby boy. I think Eevee's going to take that as a note that there's going to be trouble in paradise here. It's kind of almost glad that Kino's... Yeah, definitely. Eevee probably could have killed Kino there and made it an easy 1-for-1 trade. But it's going to back off, and the team's just going to... BYG not able to get these picks. They keep going for the top side here, and I think the Urgot is the only easily attacked point on the map. There's usually too much surrounding Udapon, and he's got the biggest bounty right now, 600 gold bounty on him. There's nearly 1,000 gold just on Udapon there, and probably with any assist, it could easily be over 1,000 gold value for just killing that misfortune. They just need to actually probably just find their way in. They need to start closing this gap here. 10k gold lead in the side of Detonation Focus Me. This is a slap your wallet kind of moment here. Will not take much, and it is Detonation Focus Me's game to lose here. Gang, doing a little Hex Flash there, looking for some trouble. BYG are sniffing this one out here. Baron getting started here. Scanner coming through. Husher trying to spot the problems here, but Gang's going to go right on in here. Teleport coming out, I believe, from Arya. He's going to just jump on in here. He's going to be 3 on top of him. He's going to go Golden Tread to buy the time here. Smokescreen still available to him, but he's going to get blown up here. Shutdown goes over to Moan, but can they win the rest of the fight here? Moan's going to get 2 here. Moan going off here, doing a heavy carry deadlift. Bry here, but they're going to be able to focus him down. He's going to get eaten up here. Doggo still alive and available, going to cleanse away the fear beyond death. And the even exchange of kills by BYG at such a deficit is insane here. They were able to get the shutdown gold on the mid laner and that huge 1,000 gold bounty and kill gold that we were saying on the misfortune. So this is actually, it's a good sort of bait setup here. The Swirl Seed comes in here to grab both the flash out from Doggo comes through here, or Kino, but there's not enough. The damage isn't there yet. Just because the sleep and the stuns actually occurred doesn't really mean much. Good timing there out of Moan to secure the kill here. He's going to go back in here with the perfect execution that he stole from the Akali, but the turn from Steel and Eevee to really take him out, kind of even this fight out and prevent Moan from really taking it over and carrying the rest of it here. Tragically, though, only the 3 kills that quite picked up there by BYG here. The perfect game's now over, so that dream's gone. But 2 kills from Moan, really helping him actually bridge this over. He's still down by like 50 CS. But yeah, and then 1 kill going on to Liang. 5 kills now onto this Urgot. This Urgot is 2.5k over his counterpart, 2k gold lead in the jungler, and just about only a k difference between the Akali and the Sylas. 1.3k difference between the AD carries. But again, the later this game goes here, if Beyond Gaming can play around the bullet time, not get themselves caught up, and not allow Yutapon to get a good just spread across their team, there is space for this Ezreal to really carry this game, really get a lot of damage out. And now we're going back to the Baron here. So Detonation Focus Me still looking for the space, still trying to catch BYG here. And the only ult that's not available at this time is going to be the True Shot Barrage out of Doggo. I believe previously used just to scout out the situation. But there's a lot of summoners still down from that last fight here. Teleport on Moan about to come back up here. So about to be able to play more of the map here. Arya a fair bit away from his teleport. So Beyond Gaming still stalling this out pretty well here. Drake coming up. We're still a good 15 minutes away from, or good 10, I'd say over 10 minutes away from, actually no, not really. This one comes up here, that'll be 3 for Detonation Focus Me, and then another 5 minutes. So we're about 6 minutes away here from Seoul, which puts us at about 1 minute. So this game is kind of sitting on a knife's edge here. BYG, if they want to play delay, this is still their best chance here. This still feels like the best chance they've got to actually kind of delay the dragon win. And I think they're gonna come in here and try to clear out all this vision. I don't think they have what it takes to actually rush the Baron while Detonation Focus Me are taking down their 3rd Drake. But they are gonna require Detonation Focus Me if they want to get this Baron to come back through and reapply all their vision. Alright, Detonation Focus Me, push out mid. Now they're rotating over to head for this dragon, but I think they are really looking for this bait play here. Still going to start it up here. Should have no problems actually taking this solo. And reset out of BYG, so they clear out the vision, kind of put in their own, and it's going to provide at least a little bit of delay, a little bit of fight necessary on the side of Detonation Focus Me to secure the Baron and really blow this game up here. Sorry, a little too late there, Doggo. That's going to be 3rd Drake for Detonation Focus Me. So 5 minutes from now is going to be the moment where BYG have to decide whether or not they are going to fight or let Detonation Focus Me secure that permanent major buff. And with all this damage buff and a little bit of cooldown reduction, Detonation Focus Me getting themselves quite set up to have a chance in this later game. Right now, they're still way far ahead. 7,000, 8,000 gold ahead of Beyond Gaming. But as we saw in the last fight here, there is a certain point where maybe this gold lead isn't telling the whole story. If Detonation Focus Me overextend on their engage and don't have the damage there to follow it up instantly, there is room to breathe on the side of Beyond Gaming. We saw it out of Moan, and we will see it out of Doggo because we saw it out of Doggo back at MSI. They are not scared to fight and really try to win this out and win this game. Oh, Sulfur's going to get caught here. Moan's going to get caught out, and the teleport's going to come in from Liang. Moan going golden here, and DFM trying to peel back here. Liang going to go 1v1 onto AV, but Hush is going to go on in. Going to get a good proc here, but he's going to be surrounded, and this is not going to be a good fight here. Sulfur's going to go out. It's going to miss here. Good damage onto Arya, but he's going to get caught up and eaten up. That is a dead mummy, and I'm sorry if you wanted to get buried in a pyramid, but you were going to be buried in the shredder of Eevee. Liang trying to sustain himself out here, but he's going to get finished off by Steel. The bullet time over the wall here, going to put Doggo and Moan in critical condition. No one dies on the side of Detonation Focus Me. And they can turn now, and they should be able to actually get this Baron here. I'm not sure if we're going to expect much out of Moan. He's got teleport, so he is backing right now to get healed up. But do him and Doggo want to try to contest this Baron to try to prevent DFM from securing it? A little bit of poke could actually really set this up here and put them in danger here. The Baron is going down not too swiftly. It's only reaching now half health, but it looks like Beyond Gaming, I'm going to let this one go and just accept the loss. And that 10,000 gold lead is about to return here for Detonation Focus Me. So that gets caught out. Moan, trying to poke out, hijacks the Solar Flare, but he's going to get locked up here. Goes golden to buy time here, but Husha trying to actually get a catch here. Gets the catch onto Utapon. It's going to get knocked in here, but Steel gets 2 sleeps here. And now Kino is just going to get caught, raked in, pulled in. Fear Beyond Death. Eevee flashes in here to start the CC chain onto Liang. Liang is forced to flash away, but he's going to get caught out, tossed back by the flip from Eevee. Good Shoe Shot Barrage from Doggo, but it's just not enough, and they have to run away from the bullet time. Huge damage out of Doggo there, but just not enough. And Moan stunned up and just not able to really get in there with his jungler to try to secure some kills here. So a little unfortunate there, Moan getting caught out and then just zoned out of the rest of the fight here, not able to do anything. Yeah. Doggo really needs some help here in this game here. He is trying to deadlift this. He's gotten to his major 3 item power spike here. The Frozen Heart on deck here. So he should not be too afraid of Utapon or Eevee. The unfortunate part of this for Doggo is that there are 2 legitimate AP carries here with Steel on the Aaliyah, or on the Lilia, and Arya on the Akali. Doggo gonna get a little attack here. Sulfur's gonna get onto Kino, and this is the big problem here with the Amumu. He's gonna get caught, sniped out. The Solar Flare into the Fear Beyond Death and into the bullet time. It just secures it, can get pulled in here. It doesn't matter if you get out of that dangerous position. Arya chasing on here. Moan trying to use that perfect execution as well to save it. They are not worried about this tower. It is not going to put out enough damage for them to worry about it. Arya using the second part of that perfect execution. And here we go, 3v5. Can Doggo and Moan hold this? Oh, the E's going to connect there onto Moan. And Arya's going to go in here. Big damage going out. Smoke screen as well here. Can they clear out the waves here? Detonation Focus Me. Take him back. Looking for some Kino available. Here comes the teleport in from Eevee. He's going to be back and thicker than ever. Not sure what else they could be able to do. And with 30 seconds left, Detonation Focus Me gonna play it disciplined, gonna play it slow. Oh, big damage out there. I believe. Oh, I think BYG still chasing DFM across the map here, trying to look for an advantageous speed. But Kino still gonna get caught out here, just melted by Utapon, and they're gonna find another yoink and pull, and that is a dead Husha. Liang and BYG trying to catch Detonation Focus Me on their retreat and punish them, but DFM read the play, find the turn, have the ult available for it, and look at that. Eevee just ate Kino, and he's already halfway through the cooldown on this Urgot, on this Fear Beyond Death here. Doggo still trying to put out massive damage here. He's going to be able to get so much done here. Doggo just fighting and just putting every Mystic Shot he can into trying to actually get this damage out, but I don't think he's going to be able to get much done here. He's going to be able to connect here. Arya goes in here, shift away from Doggo. Nexus is exposed, and he's just going to get chased around here. Doggo just fighting and just getting out so much, but he's going to get finished off. Here comes the Nexus, and that will be a 3-1 to finish off the round robin for Detonation Focus Me. BYG 1-3. Still so close there from BYG to try to fight that back and keep that in contention, but the LJL representative and Detonation Focus Me keep it together and win it out.